Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I'll be reading the May 29th Daily Inspirational Message, the condensed version. It's 2 paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a couple comments on the message. And if you find the message of use, please be so kind as to like the video or join us as a subscriber. That would be lovely. Thank you for that. Here we go. The title: Peace. What we focus on, we experience. Paragraph 1. Today, let us notice that we end up experiencing what we focus on. The choice of what we focus on is always ours to make. The more our thoughts, words, and actions are focused on achieving the state of peace, the more peaceful our experiences will be. Equally so, the more our thoughts, words, and actions are focused on chaos, the more chaotic our experiences will become. So let us practice making peace our focus today. As we do, we will reduce how much we blame the outer world for how we feel. The less we blame the outer world, the greater personal responsibility we take for our experiences. The more we make peace our conscious focus, the more it becomes the foundation of our experiences. In the end, after all is said and done, thanks to free will, it is we who get to decide how much peace we experience. Paragraph 2. Today, remember that we experience what we place our thoughts and focus on. Thus, the world we experience is not so much a function of what seems to be happening out there, but instead a reflection of the thoughts we're choosing to entertain. If we focus on the thoughts and energies of anxiousness, worry, stress, then our world will become a reflection of these fear-based patterns. Yet, if we place our full focus on and trust in the divine, then peace will become our constant companion. Now, the same fearful world that the ego had programmed us to see becomes a world that, under God's protection and guidance, reflects our peaceful nature. All right, peace. What we focus on, we experience. Okay, today I'm going to make 5 points that I trust will assist you in implementing this inspiration today. Okay, first, let us simply remind ourselves, the thoughts that I think, the thoughts that I spend my time focusing and energy on become my experience today. And so you have control over your experience because you have control over the thoughts you think and entertain. So that's point number 1. Remember, your experience is a result of how much time, focus, and energy you place on those thoughts that color your experience. That's point number 1. Point number 2, always remind yourself you have free will. You don't have to keep supporting thoughts that don't support you. You don't have to keep supporting thoughts such as anxiousness, worry, feeling stressed out, because you know what direction, what road that takes you in. It takes you on the road to chaos and a lack of peace and fear. We've all traveled those roads before, but we know that's not the destination we want. We want the destination of peace. So when anxiousness, worry, doubt comes into your mind, why don't you just give God a shot? Give the divine universe, love, a shot, and say, Lord, source, love, here you are. Here's all my anxiousness, here's all my worry, here's all my doubt and fear. I know that because you are perfect love, that you have my back, because I am your child and your creation. So thank you. This is all, I give this all to you, and I feel it. Feel your worries, your doubts, your fears lifting off your shoulders and dissolving in God's loving light. And so in point number 2, remind yourself, you have free will. You don't have to support thoughts that don't support you. And when those nasty little thoughts of anxiousness and fear come, Don't punish yourself for that. Don't punish the world for that. Simply recognize it and say, Lord, here you go. You take them, I trust you, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. So, thank you, Source. So that's point number 2. You don't have to support thoughts that don't support you. Point number 3. Now, we can use thoughts to support our path to peace. What are the thoughts that support the path to peace? Forgiveness, mercy, grace, understanding, compassion, charity, joy. All those are the roads and thoughts to peace. So whenever you're supporting that environment around you, what kind of environment are you going to create out there? If you're creating this peaceful, loving, compassionate, forgiving environment within you, what is going to be reflected out there other than peace? And so you have a greater chance of experience peace in the physical form if you support peace within you, peaceful thoughts. I forgive my brothers and sisters. I set myself free from judgment. And that leads me on the way to peace, where I belong, as the light of the world that God created me to be. Because peace is just a reflection of love, of the light that you are, the light that you came here to be, the light that you were created to be. So you're supposed to be in the state of peace and reflecting peace into the world. And so just remind yourself, I can choose thoughts that lead me on the path to peace. That's point number 3. Point number 4, yeah, we have free will. We can decide to entertain thoughts that do not lead us to the path to peace. And so yes, we can judge our brothers and sisters. We can decide it's better for us to be right than happy. We can decide to condemn them for what they think, say, or do. We can do that. But haven't we done that enough already in our lives? No matter if you're a teenager or somebody in your 60s and 70s or more. Haven't we already gone down those dead-end roads enough times to realize they don't take us to where we belong, to where we desire to be, to a place that we're worthy of, the state of peace, the light within us, aligned with Source, love, and then being only that in every moment and offering that to your brothers and sisters, and thus fulfilling your function as the light of the world. And so remember, when those judgmental ego patterns from your past come into your mind and start knocking at your mind and saying, judge this person, don't forgive this person, hate or be resentful of this person, you already know where that takes you. Say, thank you, ego. Give it the hand, pat it on the head, place it aside compassionately, and say, no, I'm done entertaining those thoughts. I'm done entertaining thoughts that take me nowhere I desire to be, that make me feel empty and have a sense of worthlessness. All because I'm supporting the darkness as true, the ego's delusions as true. They're not true. They oppose love, Source, all, God. And nothing that opposes all can be real. And so these programs, even though the ego says they're real, they're just a fantasy that we've been read over and over again, and now we think of it as real. But if that fantasy always leads you to a darker place, and your function is to be the light of the world, then why support that as true, as you? It's not you. It's just a story that you've been taught to believe as true. No longer place your time, focus, and energy into the darkness. Let it go, release it, forgive it, let it go, forgive yourself, forgive others, let it go. Let the darkness go, return to the light within you, and offer only this light to your brothers and sisters. So that's point number 4. Through free will, you can also lead yourself away from peace. And the last point, point number 5, is we need to practice compassionately. Stop blaming the outer world for how you're feeling. Stop blaming people out there for how you're feeling. That's the ego's little game. Because the ego wants you to believe there's 8 billion people out there who have power over how you feel. Because if you're powerless, because the ego says, if you're powerless, how can you be a part of an all-powerful God? So if you're not part of an all-powerful God, then the ego says, hey, maybe you're part of me, the ego. Stay with me. Bring your powerlessness to me. Excuse my puppet hand. Okay, so practice reinforcing within you. The outer world is not to blame for how I'm feeling. I defined everything I'm experiencing. I can define it through forgiveness or through judgment. I can define it with compassion or with condemnation. I can define it with anxiousness and fear or with my full trust in Source, and thus have peace. The outer world cannot dictate how I feel. Only I can do that by the thoughts I focus on. And so, if we no longer have to blame the outer world, why do we have to judge it? It's just a story. It's just a story that you've been taught as true, but it's not. It leads you nowhere to the light within you. And so remember, I have the power to experience the day I want. I have the power to reflect my loving nature to this world in every interaction and in every moment. Thank you, God, for that. Thank you, God, for giving me the free will and understanding that I hold the power, not the world, not those out there. They don't hold any power over me. Only I can define the thoughts I think, and only I can support the thoughts I think with my time, focus, and energy, and thus making those thoughts a bigger part of my experience. And today I choose to focus only on thoughts that bring me back to peace, back to the light within me, back to God, who God created me to be, and share with this world the loving light that I truly am. And that, of course, you truly are. All right. Thank you so much for your time. I love you very much. If you can be so kind as to like or comment on this video, it would help with the listening process, and it might help somebody remember that what they choose to focus on is what they will experience. Okay, thank you for your time. I love you very much, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.